Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Small reminder, you're stepping into the dangerous world of Shadows of the Knot. This is a Chapter 6, Gunfire and Glass. Let's begin. The storage room felt like a pressure cooker, ready to explode. Viktor Draven had Kai pinned hard against the stacked crates. One thigh shoved between his legs, hand still gripping his chin with bruising intensity. Kai's rare omega scent, dark cherry, gunpowder, and midnight rain flooded the small space, thick and intoxicating, stripping away the last fragile layers of his disguise. His body burned, the preheat now crashing into full early heat under the force of Vic's feral alpha presence. Every breath dragged Vic's commanding scent deeper into his lungs, making his knees weak and his rebellious mind fogged with unwanted need. "You're shaking for me already," Vic growled. Voice rough and low, lips hovering just above Kai's. His free hand slid possessively down Kai's side, fingers digging into his hip as he pressed their bodies flush together. "No more games, no more betas. You're mine, Kai boss, fated or not." Deafening crack of gunfire shattered the moment. The storage room wall behind them splintered as bullets tore through from the main club floor. Glass bottles exploded in a shower of liquor and shards. The muffled bass of the music cut off into screams and chaos. Vic reacted instantly, years of Mafia survival kicking in. He spun, shoving Kai down behind the crates with one powerful arm, while drawing his own concealed pistol in the same motion. "Stay down," he barked, the wild ruttage still thick in his voice, but now sharpened by lethal focus. More shots rang out, automatic fire this time. Shouts in Russian echoed from the main floor. Volkov's. They had clearly decided the earlier dock failure required a bolder statement. Men were storming the club, targeting the VIP section where Vic had been minutes ago. Kai's heart hammered, heat still raging through his veins even as adrenaline surged. His body screamed for submission, for Vic's knot, for relief, but the fighter in him refused to stay hidden. He grabbed his own gun from the holster at his back, ignoring the way his hands trembled with building fever. Vic shot him a glare over his shoulder, ice blue eyes blazing with a dangerous mix of possession and fury. "You're in heat, Omega. You're compromised. Stay behind me." The word Omega hit Kai like a slap, but there was no time to argue. The door to the storage room burst open. Two Volkov gunmen rushed in, weapons raised. Vic fired first, two precise shots dropping one attacker instantly. The second gunman swung toward Kai. Without thinking, Kai rolled out from behind the crates and returned fire, catching the man in the shoulder and then the chest. The gunman crumpled. "Move," Vic ordered, grabbing Kai's arm and hauling him toward the side exit that led to the staff corridors and underground parking. His grip was bruising, protective, but the proximity only made Kai's heat spike harder. Sweat slicked his skin, his scent poured out unchecked now, filling the narrow hallway as they ran. Behind them, the club had descended into full pandemonium. Screams, breaking glass, more gunfire. Alina and the councilman were likely being evacuated by Vic's men. But the Volkovs were pushing hard, clearly aiming to take out the Draven boss in one decisive strike. As they burst into the underground garage, Vic's armored SUV was already waiting. Engine running, one of his trusted alphas, at the wheel. But three Volkov operatives were converging on the vehicle, weapons hot. Vic pushed Kai behind him again, firing to cover their approach. "Get in the car." Kai disobeyed again. Heat or no heat, his rebellious instincts wouldn't let him cower. He darted to the side, using a concrete pillar for cover, and took down one of the attackers with a clean shot. The move left him exposed for a split second. A bullet grazed his side, tearing through his shirt and drawing a sharp line of blood in burning pain. "Kai," Vic roared, the sound pure, alpha fury and fear. He dropped the last gunman with two shots, then lunged for Kai, dragging him the rest of the way into the SUV. The door slammed shut as the driver peeled out, tires screeching up the ramp and into the rainy night streets. Inside the armored vehicle, the world narrowed to just the two of them in the back seat. Vic immediately pressed a hand to Kai's bleeding side. applying pressure while his other arm wrapped around Kai's shoulders, pulling him close against his chest. Kai's breathing was ragged, a mix of pain, adrenaline, and the unrelenting heat that refused to be ignored even now. His rare scent filled the confined space, driving Vic's rut instincts higher. "You're hurt," Vic growled, voice strained between cold command and raw possessiveness, "and you still disobeyed me. In heat, during a fucking ambush." Kai laughed weakly, wincing as he leaned into Vic's solid warmth despite himself. The fated bond sang at the contact, offering a cruel promise of relief if he would just submit. "Couldn't let them take you out. Not after all that talk about me being yours." Vic's jaw clenched, his fingers tightening on Kai's wound, and then gentling as he realized how badly his omega was burning up. The suspicion was gone, replaced by fierce, protective certainty. "You are mine. And when we get back to the penthouse, you're going to learn what that means. No more running. No more stupid risks with your body or your life." The SUV sped through the rain-slicked streets, sirens wailing in the distance. Kai's heat continued to build, the graze on his side throbbing, but the Alpha, holding him tight, was the only thing keeping the world from spinning, completely out of control. The Volkov attack had interrupted the claiming, but it had also forced them even closer, and the night was far from over. And that's the end of Chapter 6. A Volkov ambush turned the nightclub into a war zone. Bullets flew, chaos erupted, and Kai, despite fighting his rising heat, threw himself into danger once again to protect Vic. The fated bond is pulling harder than ever, but the cost is rising. If you're enjoying the story, please like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss what happens next.